Need to deadhead your STOKE'S aster. Sometimes it's tough to tell the difference between a new flower and a spent flower. This I think is a new bud compared to this one that has like the brown in the center. Here's another new bud. This is a new bud opening here. There's one that's just recently spent. This one looks like it was eaten a little. This one is obviously in full bloom. This one looks like it could be a bud, but it's actually spent. You can see the little brown tips. Here's one that's totally spent. Kind of cool. This one also looks like it could be a bud, but that is actually spent too. You can see inside where the flower used to be. And these are a couple more spent STOKE'S aster flowers. And here are some leftovers from the spent flower. Some fuzz. So going back to these, this is one stem. This was the first flower to bloom. It is way past its prime. And from the leaf below it came another flower. This one, it's finishing up now. And then this one came from the leaf lower than that. And so this is why you want to cut above a leaf when you deadhead. You want to leave a place for a new flower to come up and bloom. Same with these. These ones are spent. One was first, I think this one. Then this one came from the leaf. And here's a perfect example of a new flower coming from between a leaf along the stem. So because this is blooming and these have already bloomed, I'm going to cut these two off at the bottom of the stem where it meets the leaf where this one is still blooming, if that makes sense. And cut. That allows this one to continue blooming, and then down here there's a leaf. I don't see any potential flowers there yet, but there might be. The plant will have more energy to produce flowers since I cut this off. And that's because it won't be wasting energy going to seed. So on this one, I'm going to go down the stem, cut off the spent blooms, and cut just above the new bud. And now a new flower will grow from here. And I'm just going to follow the stem of the spent one down to a spot where I think there might be a new flower, making sure not to cut off the one that's blooming now. Right here. So these two are spent, and this one is spent, but there might be a flower right here. So I'm going to cut this off so that the energy is put into that spot right there. So these are all spent, but this might produce another flower, so I'm going to cut right there. And here's another section. All of these are spent. They all stem from this stem. Below it, this looks like there might be a bud right there. So I'm going to cut right above it. This stem has a new bud and a spent bud, so I'm just going to follow this stem and cut it right there. New, spent, spent.